Hello, I'm Peter Marzano.
This is Gabby Marzano.
And this is post-game coverage of Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, we just both got back from attending this game, and it was a big victory, and most of the things that are on Hawks fans' minds are that they're only 2 wins away from a Stanley Cup victory, but the more notable stat is that teams that won the first 2 games at home in the last 33 years are 31-2, and the one exception, if you remember last year's Red Wings winning the first 2 games at home and then suffering a Penguins comeback, and the other exception was
Canadians came back to beat the Blackhawks
in 1971. Now, so that's an interesting stat to look for the Hawks, and obviously history means absolutely nothing when you're in the present, but you know, it's always interesting to look at these stats. It's something to point out. But how about Chris Pronger? Now, he wasn't... If you look at Game 1, it was more of a scoring fest. You know, there were 11 goals in Game 1, right, Gab?
Yeah.
So, what did you expect out of the Hawks and the Flyers in this game?
I wanted to see lots of fighting with Pronger, but I didn't get to see a lot of it, and they weren't calling anything with Pronger cross-checking and doing everything.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of missed calls. I mean, I'm no one to criticize the refs, but there were a lot of missed calls. Holding the stick was definitely one. Patrick Sharp got his stick held for what it seemed like 5 seconds and really wasn't called. So Chris Pronger was definitely targeted more than he was in Game 1. A lot of physicality in that first period. Did you seem to see a lot more hits in the first period than you expected?
Yeah, I did.
So, the first period was really aggressive between these 2 teams. I think that they really felt that they needed to tighten up defensively instead of playing such an offensively minded game. So, what did you think about Antti Niemi? He was absolutely incredible, right, Gabby?
Especially with all those saves he's made.
Yeah, in the third period, the Hawks were outshot 16-4. That is that just shows you Antti Niemi definitely bailed them out. So, the Flyers ended up outshooting the Hawks by the end of the game. So it's definitely something big. Michael Leighton, on the other hand, did play pretty good, but he allowed those 2 quick goals. Now, the first one, I really can't put the blame on him for, but for the second one, it seemed they didn't even make an effort for it. So, Dustin Byfuglien gave a pass to Ben Eager, so... were you surprised how Ben Eager just broke out and scored, or did you think Leighton did not make that much of an effort to save it?
I kind of think Leighton kind of just sat there and kind of looked at the puck go past him.
Yeah, it was sort of like, I mean, I'm not trying to criticize him. He played a really good game, but that second goal, that one has to go on his shoulder. So that one I got to give on him. Now, the Flyers wanted energy with Daniel Carcillo. As you probably heard around yesterday, I believe, they released that Carcillo was returning to the lineup. He was supposed to inject energy. Now, Daniel Carcillo is a very physical player, but his biggest hit was on his own teammate. What do you think the Flyers are going to have to do as far as physicality moving forward? Now, the Flyers need a... Sorry, Gab. Now, as far as physical play, Daniel Carcillo was brought in, but he didn't really seem to inject that energy that was meant to be put in. So, I think that Philadelphia in Game 3, they're going to come out with sort of a balance in what they had in the first 2 games. They're going to have offense. They're going to be more of an offensively minded team, but they're also going to put in a lot of defense with it too to sort of make a balanced game, because this game they played too much defense and really did not focus on shooting the puck until the third period. And on Saturday it was just too much. Yeah, not defense at all. So, do you think Antti Niemi will continue to play great in Game 3?
Yes.
So, do you think... So, what's your prediction for the rest of the series?
I say sweep.
Ooh, she's calling her second consecutive sweep. I'm not going to get greedy. I would just prefer to see the Hawks win it here. It would be a great environment, but definitely, I think that they're in a position right now. I'm not doubting Philadelphia. They made history just a couple weeks ago.
Coming back from the Bruins.
Yeah, 3-0. That was history. So, and Boston almost experienced it twice, falling down 3-0, but Celtics bailed themselves out. So, I think that the Flyers cannot be doubted here. They've definitely proven that they can come back, but I think the Philadelphia is, they're going to face a lot of pressure from their fans. I think this is a time where, don't you agree that you feel that the fans are expecting too much from the team? Do you think that the Flyers will be able to win a game, or are you sticking with your sweep?
I'm sticking with the sweep.
She's confident with that. So, that'll be it. Game 2 post-game coverage here. Blackhawks Flyers are only 2 wins away. You could tweet us at Hawks pre and post. So long, everybody.